Well, everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review the new drama, Women Talking. And this is from writer-director Sarah Polley, focusing on a group of women in an isolated religious community in 2010 who, in the aftermath of a bunch of rapes in their community and the men of the community leaving to go bail out these rapists, the women are left to make a choice. Stay, forgive, do nothing. Stay and fight, or leave. And basically this film is just that, this discussion. And this title is extremely literal because it is indeed just a bunch of women talking. And Ben Whishaw, who happens to be the teacher in the community who's stuck around with the women. And this film is very much isolated, but I do think Polley and the cinematographer Luc Montpellier are able to find ways to make this feel more cinematic, and I think it's well shot, and I think the framing and camera movements bring a little bit more life to this than just this feeling like a stage production, which could have easily felt that way. I do still feel like there's some limitations of this is literally just talking. And the characters that Polley writes into this, which is based off of the book by Miriam Towles, who also co-wrote the screenplay, some of them never feel like they transcend being an idea and feeling like a fully fledged character, because there are three main women who are all roughly the same age that represent each of these different perspectives on what they should do. Some of them have a little bit more to work with. Like you have Una, who is a young woman played by Rooney Mara, who is pregnant by one of these rapists, who's having this connection with Ben Whishaw's character, and their dynamic is very hopeful, and I think adds a little bit of life to the story that can feel so dour and just horrific, because the events that happen are indeed that. You have Claire Foy, who is fiery, and she's just coming at you. And she wants to fight. And you see clips of her coming at these men. And she has this fire in her performance, whereas Mara is this gentle soul, somebody who's feel like they're wise beyond their years, and really deeply insightful and introspective thinking about this scenario. You have Jessie Buckley, who I absolutely adore, such a fantastic actress. She's one of the ones who wants to stay and do nothing until her character is pushed with some even more horrific things to try to really understand her perspective on what's going on here. And you have the likes of Frances McDormand and Judith Ivey, who are strong, more veteran performers who are here adding some layers to these performances. You have the young girls, the children who are involved in this conversation, who are perplexed by why are you just talking? Just do. And that dynamic, the generational challenges between these women, all of these things add so much depth to this story. This is a rich film with deep themes and impactful ideas that, for the most part, is able to transcend some of its limitations. I don't love this film, and it's not. I don't think it's quite great, but there's so much going for it. And one of the great technical aspects as well is Hildur Guðnadóttir's. Her score is deeply emotive and complex and moving, similar to what she was able to do for Joker and win that Oscar. This is one of those scores this year that really leaves an impact. And everything comes together here for a very important and extremely relevant story that I think is incredibly well acted. And these actors are lifting this message up in a powerful and engaging way, and I do think this one's worth your time. But those are my thoughts on Women Talking. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.